Hello everyone, I welcome you all. In previous some videos we have seen basic introduction towards the retaining wall, various types, basic design steps that are to be required to be followed, different cases of backfill. Now we'll start with design of T-shape retaining wall today. Design a T-shape retaining wall with the following data. Height of the retaining wall is 4.5 meters above the ground level. Surcharge load on the embankment is 16 kN per meter square. Unit weight of the backfill is 16 kN per meter cube. Angle of internal friction is 30 degree. Safe bearing capacity, that is SBC, of the soil is 150 kN per meter square. Mu, that is coefficient of friction, is given as 0.55 and embankment is horizontal at the top. Use M20 grade of concrete and Fe 415 steel. Now here you can see surcharge load on the embankment is 16 kN per meter square and backfill of unit weight 16 kN per meter cube is given here. Now this is our case. If you are remembering, or you can go through the previous videos, link for the same is provided in the description box. Our problem is to design the T-shape retaining wall with backfill with uniform surcharge. And this pressure diagram we are supposed to use. Where UDL is acting over the backfill and this UDL is nothing but surcharge load. Now we'll start with the design. Very first step is preliminary dimensions of the retaining wall. Now we'll calculate active earth pressure coefficient 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi, whereas phi internal angle coefficient was given as 30 degree. Therefore, substituting here, k is equal to 1 minus sin 30 divided by 1 plus sin 30 will give active earth pressure coefficient as 0.33, and SBC of soil here is given as 150 kilonewton per meter square, phi 30 degree, unit weight of soil gamma as 16 kilonewton per meter cube, internal angle of friction as 0.55, this is coefficient of friction, and surcharge of 16 kilonewton per meter square. Now step by step we will calculate the basic dimensions or preliminary dimension. Now B, we are supposed to calculate the depth of the foundation DF. DF here is nothing but depth of foundation, or you can say depth below ground level. Therefore, DF, that is below ground level, can be calculated by formula Q by gamma in bracket 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi square. Now you might be knowing 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi is nothing but Ka. Now substituting the values, here Q is nothing but safe bearing capacity of the soil, gamma is unit weight of soil, into bracket Ka is nothing but 0.33, its square. You might be knowing K is nothing but 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi, that is active earth pressure coefficient, and on calculation we get 1.02 meter. Hence DF below ground level will be assumed as 1 meter. Therefore, now total depth of the retaining wall will be 4.5 plus DF, that is nothing but plus 1. It will come 4.5 plus 1 as 5.5 meter. Hence total depth of the retaining wall will be 5.5 meters. Now we will be calculating the base width. B is equal to 0.4 to 0.6 h. 0.4 to 0.6 h. Now in previous videos I have explained how to assume or take the preliminary dimensions of the retaining wall depending upon the height of the retaining wall. Let's have a look. These were some assumptions that are supposed to make during finalizing the dimensions of the retaining wall. B is assumed to be 0.4 to 0.6 h. H will be thickness of the base slab. It will be h by 10 to h by 12. Width of the stem at the top will be minimum 200 mm in worst case. And toe projection will be b by 3. In this way we are supposed to finalize the dimensions of the retaining wall. Therefore 0.4 into 5.5 or say 0.6 into 5.5. Now we will assume 0.5 intermediate value of this 0.4 and 0.6. 0.5 into 5.5 will give total base width as 2.75 meters. Hence provide B is equal to 3 meter. Hence provide B is equal to, that is width of the base slab, as 3 meter. Now we are supposed to calculate thickness of the base slab. Thickness of the base slab, and as shown earlier it will be h by 10 to h by 12. H by 10 to h by 12. Now considering h by 12, that is 5.5 by 12 will give 0.458 meter. 0.458 meter. Hence assume thickness of the base slab T as 0.5 meters. Thickness of the base slab T as 0.5 meters. Now we have calculated some preliminary dimensions. Let us have a look. As per thumb rule or standard condition, minimum width of the stem at the top will be 0.2 meter. Thickness of the base slab we have calculated as 0.5 meters. Width we have calculated in all total as 3 meters, and width of the toe will be b by 3. Width of the base slab beneath the stem will be b by 3, and remaining width of the hill will be b by 3. Hence say 1 meter, 1 meter and 1 meter. Then depth of foundation below the ground level we have calculated as 1 meter, and in question it was given as height of the retaining wall up to ground level is 4.5 meters. Now surcharge is acting, and intensity of surcharge is 16 kN per meter square, whereas backfill and its soil is having unit weight of gamma is equal to 16 kilonewton per meter cube. 16 kilonewton per meter cube. Now as per the thumb rule, toe projection will be this one. Toe projection will be 1 by 3 into B, and it comes to 1 meter. Width of the stem at the top is equal to 0.2 meter minimum, and width of stem at bottom, width of the stem at the bottom here it will be, width of the stem at bottom here it will be 0.5 meter, and keep in mind that width of the stem at the bottom will be similar to thickness of the base slab. Hence we are assuming width of the stem at bottom as 0.5 meter, which is similar to thickness of the base slab. Now in previous videos we have seen some cases of backfill, and this problematics or this problem comes under case number 4, where backfill is subjected to surcharge over it. Hence this should be our final diagram of the retaining wall, where we have assumed some dimensions where toe projection was b by 3, it comes to 1 meter. Width of the stem at bottom will be 0.5 meter. Width of the stem at the top 0.2 meter, which is minimum. Total width of the base slab we have taken as 3 meter. Hence 1 meter width of the stem will be 0.5 meter, and remaining width of the steel will come up to 1.5 meter. Thickness of the base slab we have calculated as 0.5 meter. This is the ground level. Now as Depth of foundation below the ground level is 1 meter. Subtracting this 0.5 meter thickness, depth from the ground level up to the top of the toe will be 0.5 meter. Remaining height of the retaining wall will be 4.5 meter. Surcharge intensity of 16 kN per meter square. Now this is the pressure diagram when backfill is subjected to surcharge over it. Here, base here will be Ka into gamma into He. He is nothing but height due to surcharge, and it is calculated by the formula W into gamma. W is nothing but unit weight of soil, that is 16, and gamma unit intensity of surcharge, and gamma is nothing but unit weight of soil. Hence ratio of this comes to 1 meter. Hence He is equal to 1 meter. This H is the total height of the retaining wall, that is 4.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5, or you can say 4.5 plus 1, that is 5.5 meter total height. Now pressure acting will be here due to two components, this rectangular and triangular component. P1 will be due to rectangular component and P2 will be due to triangular component. P1 will be acting at h by 2 and P2 will be acting at h by 3. Now base for this triangular component will be Ka into gamma into H. Ka is nothing but active earth pressure coefficient. Gamma is nothing but unit weight of soil, and H is nothing but total height of the retaining wall, where He is nothing but ratio of W divided by gamma, where W is nothing but surcharge intensity and gamma is nothing but unit weight of soil. In this way you are supposed to draw the diagram after preliminary dimensions have been finalized, and this diagram should be drawn with the pressure diagram due to the backfill condition. Now we will move towards the step number 2, that is check for stability against overturning. In short, we will move towards the step number 2, various checks that are to be provided. First one for stability against overturning, second would be against sliding, and third will be check for a maximum pressure. Now we will move towards step number 2. Under that first one, check for stability against overturning. Also have a look here that we have divided this retaining wall and backfill in different components. Set W1, this will be downward weight acting due to the rectangular portion of this stem. W2, this will be the dead weight of the stem for triangular portion. W3 will be the downward acting weight due to the base slab. W4, downward acting weight due to the backfill, and W5 will be the point load due to this surcharge acting over there. Hence, total downward forces acting will be W1, W2, W3, W4 and W5. This total 5 forces will be acting in downward direction, and downward acting forces are considered as stabilizing forces, and moment occurring due to the stabilizing forces will be stabilizing moment. And here this P1 and P2 are nothing but lateral forces which are acting in lateral direction, tending the retaining wall to rotate or overturn about the toe A. Hence, this P1 and P2 will be nothing but overturning forces, and moment due to this P1 and P2 will be overturning moment. Now we are supposed to calculate the stabilizing forces and stabilizing moment. Now please keep in mind W1, W2, W3, W4, W5. Now we will move towards step number 2 under that first one, check for stability against overturning. I hope that everyone, all of you have drawn this figure. Now we will move towards next step. Now first one is factor of safety against overturning. Now, you might be knowing the equation. So as to make retaining wall safe against overturning, this ratio should be greater than or equal to 2. Hence, stabilizing moment to the overturning moment ratio will be greater than or equal to 2. Then we can say our retaining wall is safe against overturning. Now in this manner, you are supposed to draw a table, serial number, weight in kilonewton, distance of CG from A, and stabilizing moment kilonewton meter. Now all of you might be knowing that moment is nothing but force into lever arm, and we are calculating our moment. Against this toe A. Hence, all the lever arms will be measured with respect to this point A. Now first one, W1. W1 is nothing but load due to rectangular portion of the stem, and it can be calculated as area 0.2 into 5 into 1 into 25. This 0.2 into 5 is nothing but the dimension. This is the thickness of the width of the stem. This is the height of the stem. 1 is nothing but we are calculating per unit width of the retaining wall, because perpendicular to the plane retaining wall is in infinity in length. Hence we are calculating per unit meter length, or you can say as retaining wall is designed as 3 slab different components which are cantilever in nature. Hence we are designing it as per meter, and 25 is nothing but unit weight of concrete. Hence on calculation we get W1 as 25. Now we are supposed to calculate CG from A. We are supposed to calculate CG from A. Now we are calculating CG of this W1 from A. Now CG will be 0.2 divided by 2. This 0.2 divided by 2 plus 0.3 plus 1. Here you can see 0.3 divided by 0.2 divided by 2 will 0.1 plus 0.3 plus 1, it comes to 1.4, and multiplying this downward force into lever arm will get stabilizing moment, that is 35 kilonewton meter. Second component is triangular component of this stem W2. Second portion is triangular component. It is calculated again with area, half base into height. Base is 0.3, height is 5 into per meter length into 25. W2 has came 18.75 kilonewton, and distance from CG we are supposed to calculate. Now here we are supposed to calculate this W2 CG from point A. This W2 will be acting at 2 by 3 from this apex point. CG of this rectangular will be at 2 by 3 from this apex. Please keep in mind, CG of this W2 will be acting at 2 by 3 from the apex. Hence 2 by 3 into 0.3. 2 by 3 into 0.3 plus this 1 meter. Hence we will get CG of this W2 with respect to toe, that is point A. Hence 1 plus 2 by 3 into 0.3, 1.2, multiplying this force into lever arm will get moment. Similarly we are supposed to calculate W3. W3 is nothing but area of the base slab. 3 meter is the length, 0.5 meter is the thickness, per meter length, that is nothing but 1 into unit weight of concrete 25. Distance of CG from A is nothing but 3 divided by 2. This W3 will be acting at half, total length is 3, hence W3 will be acting at 3 by 2. Hence multiplying this W3 with lever arm will give you moment. Next W4. W4 is nothing but the weight acting downwards due to the backfill, and W5 is nothing but weight acting downwards due to the surcharge. Similar manner you are supposed to calculate the lever arm with respect to toe, that is point A, and multiplying these forces with the lever arm will give you the moment. And all these downward acting forces when multiplied with their lever arms will give stabilizing moment. And you are supposed to write here a summation of all the moments, that is nothing but summation ms stabilizing moment. Addition of all these 5 moments, it comes to 437 kilonewton meter, and summation of all the weights, that is downward acting forces, will be 225.25 kilonewton. Now we are supposed to determine the overturning forces and overturning moments. This we have determined the stabilizing forces and stabilizing moment. Now here you can see that this P1 and P2 are nothing but laterally acting forces which will tend to rotate the retaining wall about the point A. And hence when these forces P1 and P2, lateral forces P1 and P2 are multiplied with their lever arm, that is h by 2 and h by 3 respectively, will give you the overturning moment. Hence we are supposed to calculate P1, and P1 will be area of this rectangular portion and P2 will be area of this triangular portion. Whereas lever arm of the P1 is h by 2 and lever arm of the P2 is h by 3 from the base. Hence we will calculate one by one. Have a look. Calculating the overturning moment MO. Now active pressure will be due to P1 plus P2. PA will be P1 plus P2. P1 will be Ka into gamma into He into H acting at h by 2, and whereas P2 will be half base into height, base is gamma into Ka into H is nothing but total height acting at h by 3. Calculating P1 and P2 will give you overturning moment, and you will get overturning moment by P1 into h by 2 plus P2 into h by 3. This lateral forces multiplied by their lever arms. Hence overturning moment we get as 226.27 kilonewton meter. Now this is the equation so as to give check against overturning, that is stabilizing moment divided by overturning moment, and this ratio should be greater than or equal to 2. And when solving this equation we get this ratio as 1.89, which is greater than or equal to 2. Hence we can say which is not greater than 2, hence we can say section is unsafe in overturning. If this ratio is not greater than 2, then we can say section is not unsafe, or we can say section is unsafe against overturning. Now in this case we are supposed to design or finalize the preliminary dimensions again and increase the dimensions so that dead weight will increase and section will become, or retaining wall will become, safe against overturning. Now our step number 2, check against sliding. Now check against sliding is given by the equation mu into summation w by summation p, and this ratio should be greater than or equal to 1.55. Mu is nothing but internal angle friction coefficient. Frictional coefficient, summation w we had calculated, that is the weight acting downwards, and summation p is nothing but p1 plus p2. Now 0.55 is nothing but friction coefficient into w we have calculated 225.25 divided by 29.04 plus 79.86, hence we get as 1.137, which is not greater than 1.55, hence section is unsafe against sliding. Hence section is unsafe against sliding. Then to avoid the sliding we are supposed to design shear key. To avoid the sliding we are supposed to design shear key. Now here please take note that our section has failed against sliding. Our retaining wall has failed against sliding. Hence we are supposed to provide shear key. Now if we provide shear key, then dead weight of the shear key will be acting downwards, and hence here dead weight will go on increasing, hence stabilizing moment will also increase, and this factor of safety against overturning will automatically satisfy the check as we are providing the shear key. Dead weight will increase after providing the shear key, hence stabilizing moment will also increase, hence this ratio will be already or automatically increased and it will go more than 2, hence our section will become safe against overturning, and as we are providing the shear key, then section will automatically become safe against sliding. Now we will give third check. Third check is check for maximum pressure at the toe. Now E is nothing but B by 2 minus X bar, where X bar is net moment divided by summation W. Net moment is nothing but algebraic summation of the stabilizing and overturning moments. It is 437.75 minus 226.27 divided by 225. We get X bar as 0.93. We get X bar as 0.93. Once again have a look here. In previous video lectures we have covered this concept. You can go through this video. Now see here, what is X bar? X bar is nothing but distance from the far end of the toe up to the point where resultant force R is passing, and resultant force R is nothing but resultant of downward forces W and resultant of PA, that is lateral forces, and E is nothing but distance from point where resultant is passing up to the far end of the stem E. Now E is equal to B by 2 minus X bar. We have determined our X bar, that is 3 by 2 minus 0.93, it comes to 0.57, and E should not be greater than B by 6. E should not be greater than B by 6, that is 3 by 6 as 0.5. Now we will calculate maximum pressure sigma max summation W by A into bracket 1 plus 6 into E divided by B, and it should not be greater than safe bearing capacity of the soil. All these values we are having, substituting we get maximum pressure at the toe as 160.68, which is greater than 150 kilonewton per meter square. Hence our section is unsafe for maximum pressure at the toe. For section to be safe or retaining wall to be safe for maximum pressure at the toe, this maximum pressure should not be greater than SBC of the soil. Hence our section fails for maximum pressure at the toe. Now we will calculate sigma minimum, that is minimum pressure. It will be calculated by the equation summation W by A into bracket 1 minus 6E by E, and this should be greater than 0. By substituting all the values we get sigma minimum as minus 10.5 kilonewton per meter square, which is not greater than 0, hence our section is unsafe. Now this is the pressure diagram. This is the pressure diagram for our retaining wall, where maximum pressure is at the toe is 160.68 kilonewton per meter square, which is greater than the safe bearing capacity of the soil, and this pressure minimum pressure is minus 10.5, hence this is in tension, minus 10.5 kilonewton per meter square, which is not greater than 0, considering minus sign as it is in tension side, which is not greater than 0. Hence our section is unsafe against maximum pressure. Now you might have noted that our section has failed in all the 3 checks, that is in sliding, section has failed, our retaining has failed in sliding, overturning and for maximum pressure. Now we are supposed to design the shear key as our section has failed in sliding. And automatically if you provide the shear key, dead weight of the retaining wall will increase and it will act as stabilizing force, and after multiplying it with the lever arm will give stabilizing moment, and hence automatically the check for overturning will be greater than or equal to 2. Hence our retaining wall will be safe against overturning. And as we are providing the shear key, or we are going to provide the shear key, our section will become automatically safe against sliding. Similarly, after that this check for maximum pressure at the toe would be satisfied. In the upcoming video we will move towards the further steps. Till then you can go through these notes, and link for the notes is provided in the description box. For any queries or doubts you can comment in the comment box. Thank you very much.